focused is boy.
Boy.
So
Sick intro, bro.
I know. It's funny that you say that because you did it.
Not to toot my own bass.
Yeah, what did you play on that intro?
Everything.
Nice. Well, didn't Brandon do the one keyboard?
Oh, sorry. Brandon did the key strike at the end. Yeah.
Accuracy. Oh, man. What are we doing here? This podcast is called Forms in Focus, where we provide guided forms that produce radical focus.
Exactly. And just like that sweet intro, what are we talking about today, bro?
Man, nice connection. We're talking about something that we're all very familiar with and Americans really struggle with.
And what might that be?
You would think it's like an alien manifestation slowly killing us and bringing us to our grave, making us slow.
It's almost like a Stephen King book.
It really is. In fact, we should do that.
100%.
So the podcast is about added sugars. The killer of cognitive function and many other things.
And your whole body, just rotting you from the inside. So this might not be a surprise. Americans are known for being obese. Part of that is that we eat too much sugar. It's estimated the average American consumes 17 tablespoons of sugar every day, which is around 57 pounds a year. Just imagine lifting that up in sugar, just how many bags that is. So according to AHA guidelines, most men, not sure about women, we didn't get that part apparently, should consume no more than 9 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Yeah.
Teaspoons.
So we consume 17 teaspoons. We should consume 9. Man, that's not good.
That's not good. That's basically almost double.
Yeah, so the effect of that, I put this note down. I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, not cool at all, but pretty wild. So even a single instance of elevated glucose in the bloodstream can be harmful to the brain, resulting in slow cognitive function.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to elevate cognitive function so we can focus on our dreams. Added sugar.
Not part of your dreams.
No.
If you
And unless you're trying to launch a business to sell sugar products.
Then it's definitely part of it. Then you're doing great. Then you're a big Fortune 500 company, and you make money off the misery.
Yeah.
But hey, that's neither here nor there, I guess.
So
Don't sue us.
Don't.
We won't say any names.
What else does added sugar do?
So some research suggests high sugar consumption causes inflammation in the brain, leading to memory difficulties. So I was also reading, and this is pretty not cool, but cool. Brain inflammation is something you can't really feel.
Wow.
So you don't have nerves directly telling you, hey, this is happening.
The brain that's responsible for translating the feeling for every part of your body.
It kind of seems like a flaw, doesn't it?
Doesn't feel itself.
Inflamed.
Wow. That's pretty wild. So I could have an inflamed brain right now.
Might be. Maybe.
I wonder if like that causes, I wonder if like headaches and some of that kind of stuff is, I mean, I would assume like added sugars definitely probably contribute for some people to their migraines or headaches.
For sure.
So if you want to focus, man, that's not good. So this is what's really interesting too. So here's something I read. One of the largest studies. This was 23,000 individuals. Pretty wild. So it was a Whitehall study. Found higher rates of sugar consumption was associated with greater incidence of depression. So added sugars not only can affect you like physically, but they can manifest in your mood, in pretty much like how you approach the world through depression. And then I'm looking at your notes here, but the next stat you're going to read that. That's insane as well.
Yeah, it looks like a study published 2017 in the journal Scientific Reports found those with the highest level of sugar consumption were at a 23% more likely to be diagnosed with mental disorders than those with the lower sugar intakes.
Man, added sugar affects everything.
It's kind of a problem. You
Which
might
is
even call it a
systemic
epidemic or something.
An epidemic. Yeah, which it's, it's you know, we all struggle with a lot of things, right, in life. You know, life's not easy for a lot of people. And sometimes it can feel insensitive when, you know, someone's really, you know, struggling with something. Maybe they are struggling with depression. You're like, hey, you should not eat as many added sugars. Like, that almost makes you sound like you're a freaking jerk.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely not, the goal is not like, hey, you feel horrible because you eat sugar because you're a loser.
Right. Yeah.
It's that we're so used to it. There's sugar in everything. It's
Yeah.
added in everything. There's there's hidden sugars, added sugars. If you start looking at labels, you might shit yourself. I mean, just start looking. You know, because I read them all the time. I'm like, why are they putting sugar in this bread? You know,
Yeah.
like 5 grams in a slice. I'm like, really? Why? You know, it's everywhere, and it's not any one person's fault. You grow up, you don't think about it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a big deal.
Hmm.
You know, something we should definitely think about. And yeah,
So here at Forms of Focus, we want to help you focus, right? Obviously, we're decreasing the amount of added sugars you consume is going to impact you in a lot of ways, but it's definitely going to help you increase your focus, really prepare your body and your mind for those things you want to accomplish. So how do we
Yep.
do it? How do we stop eating so much added sugars?
that's tough, bro.
I
'Cause
know.
it's pretty.
It's hard for me.
They're everywhere. It's addicting. You know, they're great. Our brains are just like, you know, man, it's sugar's great.
Yeah.
You know, how many times have you heard someone say they have a sweet tooth?
Yeah.
It's like, but part of that is the roller coaster, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about this before the podcast. I think before we started, I think that's pretty cool. So what is the blood sugar roller coaster?
So you're eating sugar, you know, so then your body produces insulin. So that actually brings the blood sugar level down too far. And so then you crave sugar again. And so then you're on the roller coaster. So you're eating it, it spikes, comes back down too far, then you're craving it again, and then boom, it's just over and over.
So that's like, you know, if you got a busy day at work, and you know you eat a bunch of sugar, and then I like that little sound in the background. Eat too much sugar, and then you know you got a little bit of energy, but pretty quick you crash, and
Yeah.
you're just like by 2:00, you're just super tired,
Yep.
done. I think another thing you can do is when you're hungry, drink water. We talked about that in the hydration podcast.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the electrolyte podcast. I think drinking more water
Is-
over something else is a really good habit.
Yeah, I think, I know, I've heard people say like, oh, water tastes bad. I'm like, we grew up,
Drinking water.
I don't want to say poor,
Yeah.
We
Well,
didn't-
lower middle class.
lower middle class.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really have sodas or anything around the house.
Yeah.
And but if you drink a Coke or whatever, if you're drinking something with a lot of sugar and then you immediately drink water afterwards, it does taste bad, kind of. It tastes different.
Doesn't taste like a soda.
It doesn't taste like the soda anymore.
Yeah.
You notice your brain that, you know, you're just like, what is this? This is worthless.
Yeah.
But that can change. You know, your body's adaptable. It doesn't stay like that.
Yeah.
So if you're used to the sweet drinks and you drink water and you're like, this tastes stupid.
Yeah.
Why would I drink this? Eventually that'll change.
Yeah. Water tastes great now. I love the taste of water.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't not have it.
Like if I'm thirsty and someone gives me a
Glass of milk.
a glass of milk. Oh my god. You like dry mouth, and you just that milk is just like.
Coating the back of your throat. Oh my gosh.
So I had to get the Taboo Buzzer
Yeah.
because here's one big habit you can change.
Yeah. What's that, bro?
When you're hungry and you think you want sugar, you just need to say the donut
Yep.
and drink water.
Whoever that person is who brought the donuts to the office every day. Why? You're just killing everyone.
Just killing everyone. Though this is funny. I got to tell this story, even though we got to wrap it up here. But so how come the people that always show up late to the meeting are the ones that bring the donuts?
They're just trying to make up for it.
I'm like,
But
maybe
wait, you're
you wouldn't
late
be
because of
late.
the donuts?
Yeah, freaking idiots. Maybe they're like, I'm late. I don't give a, and I'm gonna bring this so I can kill all you mother.
They're just trying to make everyone lower their cognitive function.
That's true. So they're not mad about it. So this is something else I read. So stress causes you to be hungry. So like I can totally relate to this. If I'm stressed out or if there's a lot I have to get done. Let's say kids go to bed, my wife goes to bed, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work for a couple hours, but I'm kind of stressed out about what I want to do. I'm hungry, like I have to eat. But here's why. Is what I wrote. So stress causes the hormone cortisol to flood your body, releasing glucose from your liver, which in turn raises your blood sugar. So you're stressed, your body freaks out, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I need some sugar.
Turns out stress is bad as well as sugar.
Oh man,
and they
we're gonna
and
have
they kind of walk hand in hand, right?
Stress and sugar are like best friends.
Best friends forever, BFFs.
Yep, right to your grave.
The best friends that kill you faster.
Oh
so
man.
I think it's important, like I was saying, read the labels.
Yeah.
And knowledge is power, right? Maybe it's something you're not really thinking about, but start looking at the grams. Look at how many grams. And I have a
not the Instagrams.
Not the Instagram. I'm talking about the grams of sugar. And I have a buddy, and I was like, think about it. I'm gonna be explicit here. Think about it like marijuana.
Yeah.
An eighth is 3.5 grams. Now think about the fact that this Coke has like 40 grams of sugar. Now just a picture of that. I want you to actually picture it sitting there. 40 grams or whatever it is, 38 I think it is, or 42.
It's
whatever.
definitely over 30.
It's something like that. In an 8-ounce soda.
Yeah.
Not
a 20 ounce.
Not the 20.
It's like
not the big gulp. The big gulp is like
2.5 servings is like your typical bottle. That's crazy.
It's crazy. But look at all the foods too. Added sugars. It's crazy what they sneak in. Anything like dextrose, maltose, anything that's anything with the toast, syrups. It's just added sugar.
So I'm getting the buzzer because it sounds like if we want to be focused we need to focus on the labels.
Yep.
Focus on the labels.
Focus on the label. Look at the label. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
No shame. Hey, we grew up in the States. There's sugar everywhere. It's almost unavoidable. And, you just got to do your best.
Let's say you have a dream of having a horse farm.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning and you look at that donut or that sugar cereal, you can just be like, you know what? Screw you.
I'm going to throw this in the trash.
I'm going to throw this in the trash because I'm working on my dreams. I'm going to get a horse farm.
Yep. Or whatever you want.
Or whatever
Maybe it's a condo somewhere in a city that I don't care about personally, but maybe you want the farm.
Maybe you want it.
That's more my style, but yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good one to wrap on.
Let's do it.
Sweet.